Hey, how are you? So on my flight back to the States, I had a 24-hour layover in Amsterdam. It's around 6:30 p.m. on a Thursday, and I leave tomorrow at 4:30, so more than enough time to have some fun. Seeing I landed in the evening, I decided to do a little window shopping in the red light district, just to see what it was like. You know, I've never been to one before. Live porno shows and a hospital bar get you an establishment that can do both. Cranking the hoon, I love it. Now, walking around that area was an eye-opening cultural experience. And keep in mind, I was just window shopping, although I did throw down €2 for a peep show. But at one point, I went down this back hallway, and it just looked way too much like a scene straight out of the movie Taken for my taste. How's it going? Hey, how you doing? How's it going? I even think one of the people there recognized me. Hey, how are you? She's going Donnie? Now, when you get recognized by a lady of the night in some back alley brothel in Amsterdam, that's when you know it's time to call it a night. So I went out and found the cheapest hostel possible, as I knew I wouldn't be getting that much sleep. But this place was even way worse than my lowest expectations. It's just this dark, musty, smelly room filled with bunk beds that looked and smelled like an orphanage. After 3 hours of horrible sleep, I woke up and decided it was finally time to check out the coffee shops that Amsterdam is so famous for. But keep in mind, there's a big difference between the coffee shops and shops that just happen to sell coffee. Would I be able to get one of your green donuts?
Green donuts. I don't know if we have that.
How about you guys have a little bit of reefer?
Reefer?
Like marijuana?
Oh, no.
Weed? No? Oh, I thought like all the coffee shops in Amsterdam had that.
No, that one is not a coffee shop. If you go to the street,
This is not a coffee shop?
No.
I mean, this is Dunkin' Donuts though. That sounds like a coffee shop to me.
No, not like that.
Okay. Oh, you guys are just a shop that sells coffee.
That's it. The coffee
okay.
shop, especially just on the over there, on the corner, on the left or the right side, you have like a lot of them.
Okay,
So
cool.
That way.
Okay, great. Well, I'll come back for an actual coffee soon. Oh, that was embarrassing. Eventually, I did find the type of coffee shop I was looking for, and they had like 20 different varieties of marijuana and 30 different flavors of pre-rolled joints. Can I do a pre-rolled joint with the tobacco mix?
Yes, which one?
I'll do cheese flavored. Cheesy gordita crunch right here. Cheesy gordita crunch wrap. I'm getting some like overtones of Gouda, maybe a menthol. Now, as I'm sure you've heard, weed is a gateway drug. So after my cheese spliff, I decided to go find some magic truffles. Would I be able to grab some truffles?
Sure, there's the list. So, lighter ones, medium and strong.
I'll take 2 strong.
Too strong, Hawaiians or Dragon's Dynamites?
Which do you prefer?
This one is more social, hallucinations with color. This one is more spiritual, hallucinations with patterns and geometric forms. So if you are more in an introspective mood, go for this one. If you want more fun, go for this one.
I'll take the social ones.
Sure.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I got the strongest variety called the Hawaiian High. And just as it was starting to take me to another level, I made the horrible mistake of getting on one of those hop-on, hop-off canal cruises.
I can guarantee some butterfly feelings in your stomach. You might even shit your pants, so be careful. But it's all part of the adventure, of course.
The boat was more cramped and with less leg space than the airplane I had hopped off the previous night, and it was filled with senior citizens, which is not the situation you want to be in when you're tripping balls off truffles.
You might even shit your pants, so be careful. But it's all part of the adventure, of course. Even better than that, it's a 5D experience, so it's a flying experience through the... You might even shit your pants, so be careful. But it's all part of the adventure, of course. Better than that, it's a 5D experience, so it's a flying experience through the country of Holland and Antwerp.
I think the only place worse that I could have spent my time tripping would have been the Amsterdam Torture Museum. I mean, my anxiety on that boat was crippling.
You might even shit your pants, so be careful. But it's all part of the adventure, of course. Now, you can also have them better than that. It's a 5D experience, so it's a flying experience through the country of Holland.
Thankfully, I made it off seconds before having a full-fledged panic attack. Oh, I feel like $1 million getting off of that boat. Thanks to the higher power, the fact I'm no longer on that hop-on, hop-off boat. That was a dark time, but you guided me through it. But then my anxiety started ramping up again when I realized I still had a connecting flight to catch. So I hightailed it back to the airport and decompressed with a few termies in their rainforest-themed hoon lounge. Now, seeing I only had 24 hours in the city, I only got to take a very shallow dive into the culture. But I did learn a couple of very important tidbits. One, it is one of the most bike-friendly cities in the world. Bikers actually have the right of way over automobiles in this city. I saw this one car get in the way of a bike, and the biker was like, "Hey, why don't you buy a bike, you So this city is like super progressive. Two, Gouda cheese is actually pronounced Gouda. Did the Dutch invent Gouda cheese?
Actually, yes, because there is like a city, Gouda,
Yeah.
and it's from this came this name.
Gouda. Gouda.
Yes.
Gouda cheese. All right, yeah. I've been calling it Gouda for a while, so I'll try to correct my fellow brethren. So don't say I didn't learn anything. Thanks for hosting me, Amsterdam. I will definitely be back.